Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's the brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechaha Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Excuse me if I may be clearing my throat. I'm still dealing with something, but nevertheless, I gotta do this work now. As I was out, doing different things, moving about. I had a thought earlier. Well, first I was vexed because E's playing this Christmas music everywhere. And it sinks into your psyche, man. People literally walk around singing it and humming it, and even the guy at his at the job, I went to Home Depot. Even the guy up there was pissed. He was like, "Yeah, man, maybe they could just put on some regular radio." He's like, people was mentioning how the day after Thanksgiving they started playing this Christmas music, and I had a thought. I said, "Look," because I heard this guy. He came outside. He was whistling. He was whistling the song that was on the radio. It was a Christmas song, of course. And I thought to myself, like, everywhere you go during this time, everywhere, without fail, they're all playing pretty much the same music. It's like a general station that they all get, or general something that they all get, where they all play this music. There's no commercials or any of that. It's just constant Christmas music. And I thought to myself how this devil runs a lot of these corporations. He owns a lot of these corporations, all right? And it's in his best interest to keep the people in folly. It's like the bread and circuses during the time of Rome. When Rome was on its decline, they would increase the different things of the Colosseum and, the bread and circus, as you call it, all right? Which we can get that. I was about to put KJV. Let's get it. Bread and circus, okay? The phrase originates from Roman satire X of the Roman satirical poet Juvenal. Okay, bread and circuses identifies the only remaining interest of a Roman populace which no longer cares for its historical birthright or political involvement. Here, Juvenal displays his contempt for the declining heroism of contemporary Romans, using a range of different things, blah, 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 okay? And here you got Obama with a plate in his hand, all right? Yeah, let's leave it like that. He's got a plate in his hand with American Idol, MTV, and some pop star. And then he's got Social Security. So there's the bread right there. Food stamps, Social Security, so on and so forth. Which Obama's not in office at this time. Okay, you got another devil. Because Obama he wasn't Jake, okay? He was a Hamite, all right? But nevertheless, let's see if we can find more. Anyway, that should pretty much explain it right there, okay? Let me see here, the phrase bread and circus. If this will load. Bread and Circus Bar and Bistro. Here we go. Bread and Circus's Bistro's name is derived from an ancient Roman strategy of keeping people happy by providing them with two things humanity seems to always cherish and desire: food and entertainment. And that's it right there, okay? That's it right there. And those are the things they also use to grab you by the balls, for lack of a better way of speaking about it, okay? What's the first thing that went when it came to the restrictions of not having the sauce? Okay, you can't go to movies, you can't go to restaurants, you can't go to certain things, all right, without having the sauce. And so this is how they keep the people docile, okay? And one of these things, they get people in this spirit of these holidays or these holy days, okay, for these pagan deities, which the Christmas tree and things of that nature go back to the worship of Nimrod, of the phallic of Nimrod. It's representative of his penis, all right? And even when you tie into the quote-unquote virgin birth of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai, all right, which he was not born without the act of sex, but that was the story, the story of Nimrod, okay? Nimrod ascended into the heavens, supposedly, and became God. And then he came down and impregnated Ishtar. And then he was reborn as Tammuz. He birthed himself in some weird, spirit fantasy. Now, I'm roughly going into that. There may be some more nuances, but that's the gist of it. All right, so you have these bread and circuses now, and this music is one of those things, you know. But meanwhile, this devil has a secret agenda going on. So let's go into this. Revelation 20:1 says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven." And Salaki, let me take a sip. All right. I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now, this was representative of when Esau, the so-called white man, was taken down out of rulership during the time of the Roman Empire. Okay? Jake came, okay, starting with, if I'm not mistaken, Septimius Severus came and began to rule in Europe, and these devils were cast down from their great rulership, okay, into servitude, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loose a little season. So he was put in captivity, Salaki, okay, for a period of 1,000 years, which Esau likes to call the Dark Ages, which was the time where Jake ruled over in the European areas, okay? That's where you get the bottomless pit from, that represents Europe, okay? Through the spirit, we believe that, all right? Now I want to get to the point, right? The point I want is verse 7, okay? It says, "When 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. He shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to the battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea," right? So this devil Esau is now, we're in his current rulership. Now we're in the time of the Gentiles. Salaki. Okay, Salaki, it said that the Jerusalem, okay, shall be trodden underfoot. Okay, Luke 21:24. All right. Says, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations." So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, exist in all nations upon the planet Earth, as per Deuteronomy 28:64. Okay. "And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled." And that time is not yet fulfilled. We're still in the time of the Gentiles, in the time of their rulership. Okay, the true natural Gentiles, which are you other nations, all right? But there exist another Gentiles, which we ain't gonna go into that, which represents the lost sheep of Israel, okay? So this is speaking about the actual Gentiles who are in rulership, because you ain't got no niggas nowhere, well, running nothing, all right? You Edomites and you other nations run this stuff. It's y'all time. Really, it's Esau's time. And it prophesied his dominion anyway when you go to Genesis, okay? Matter of fact, Genesis goes into Revelation 20 through the Spirit, okay? Let me see here. Hey, call all y'all about Shimei Shai. It's beautiful. Genesis 27:40. This is speaking of Esau, right? I'll start at 38. It says, "And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? My father bless me, even me also, O my father." Esau lifted up his voice and wept like a little biatch. "And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heavens from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother." See, that happened for 1,000 years. That's depicted in Revelation 20. "And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." This is the devil being loosed, and he's currently in rulership. And he has the fatness of the earth by his sword. See, the Most High declared the beginning from the end from the beginning. You see, that's beautiful. Let's continue. So let's go into how this devil, a few precepts I got on how this devil's really tricking people and doing these different secret things, all right? And it goes even as deep as putting people in this Christmas spirit. People are really walking around whistling this shit like they happy when this whole place is about to be through. Psalm 64:5 says, matter of fact, let's start it. Start from the top. Let me take a sip. "Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." All right? who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So this devil is sharpening his tongue. He's perfecting his narrative, and he's repeating it over and over again until it slices through people's minds. You know, the scriptures talk about the word of the Lord being sharper than any two-edged sword. Well, Esau wants to be like the Most High, so he's sharpening his word. Okay, he's like, how can we get these people? He's done researches of trigger words. You know, a brother just posted a video, all right, of that whole. It was a movie that came out. In the trailer, there's a man, and he's a courier. He rides a bike. Everybody's on lockdown, and there's a scene where the people with hazmat suits pulled a gun out, and he drops down. He's got this tag on his wrist, and he says, "I'm immune, I'm immune," and they're ready to blast on him. I forget what it's called, but on the news clip, it was called Crown Royale 20. We're dealing with Crown Royale 19. In the movie, it was Crown Royale 20. So this devil is sharpening his sword of his word to pierce through your psyche. Okay, that movie came out earlier last year, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so this devil knows what he's doing. Okay, and it says right there, these are his bitter words. Verse 4 says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune with laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And this devil's reach stretches hella far. It ain't just, you know, the obvious stuff. It's every aspect of things. You know, these different corporations that they own, and telling them, play the music so that people can be in the spirit of folly. You know, even that's a part of it. Albeit a little part, but it still works on these people, man. Okay, at the core, Esau attacks you from the core foundation. Sirach 7:4 says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Okay, these people are foolish in there, in the house of mirth, with this whole Christmas spirit. Proverbs 23, 12 and 23. Shalaki. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. And you walking around talking about some Santa Claus, you know, whatever the case is, for the kids or whatever you're doing, these people would be really into that shit, man. I walked in this store, and they had a Santa up front, and the co-workers with the little elf suits on, and man, they was laughing and joking and smiling with Santa. They was happy as hell. Now they know ain't no reindeers and shit, but they still getting all up into that spirit, okay? They're proclaiming their foolishness, okay? Sirach 10, or not Sirach, Ecclesiastes 10:6 says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. All right, and that's what it is. Okay, and this devil's in rulership as it begins to go into, which is why what things are in wickedness. The scriptures say, such as the lead ruler of the city is, such will be the people. And last but not least, Exodus 23:2 says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. All right, so you shouldn't be following a multitude to do evil. Okay, and worshiping this this wicked holiday. All right, now I'll say that again because I had covered my mouth. You should not follow a multitude to do evil and worshiping this wicked holiday, man. So I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap it up there. You know, my vocal issues. Lord willing, this has been an edifying lesson. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I want to say shalom, shalom.